everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua, scene of tonight's high school football game between the host Nashua High North Titans and the visiting Londonderry Lancers. I'm John Collins along with Tom King, and in this pandemic year of 2020, it's sick or treat every night, Tom, and tonight it's a treat. We get to watch some football.
Yeah, exactly. North did not play last week because Alvern had possible exposures, and so their game with Alvern was postponed. They didn't play. I believe it wasn't at Merrimack that they couldn't play before because Merrimack had their game canceled because of their issues, and so this is only their third game, but at least they get to play a game, John, and it's a pretty important one because I think North would want to win this game, go 3-0, and then maybe I believe they're going to still seed by record or winning percentage. How they're going to do it, I'm not positive. But they certainly would like to play a game here at Stellos Stadium in the playoffs that would begin next weekend. So this is going to be a big deal. Now, Londonderry, of course, John, defending champions. You look at the numbers, they've got them. They've got numbers across the field. As you can see, there's plenty of football players out there. The one to watch for Londonderry tonight, Dylan McEachern, their quarterback. He can do it all. He can throw. He can run. Kind of a mirror image. They use him, I think, the same way as they would, as Nashua North does with Curtis Harris Lopez, although McEachern, I think, will throw a little bit more, and Harris Lopez is more of a threat to run. So this should be a very, interesting football game, John. It's really a good challenge for the Titans because they had the rivalry game with South, which is always going to be, you never know how that's going to go. And then, they had, and then they had BG, which is another rivalry game. But the Cardinals are a little bit down this year. The Cardinals are at Keene tonight in their play-in game in football. But for North, this is probably the biggest test they've had in a year. So be a very good competitive game. Londonderry comes in at 3-1. Their only loss was a surprising loss, 26-7 at Bedford. And South is at Bedford tonight. So let's get ready for the game, and it should be a good one, John. I'll join you probably sometime within the second quarter.
That's Tom King. It is, in fact, North's first opponent outside of the city of Nashua. As Tom just mentioned, they played BG, they played South, but they finally get to play Game 3 against an opponent from outside the city. And it is a tough opponent. A team that has championship aspirations in 2020, so much talent and depth, and put up some impressive scores in their first 4 games of the season. They beat Pinkerton, Salem, and Windham, giving up only 14 points in the process and winning 41-0 over Windham in their most recent game. They did lose to Bedford back on October 9. Bedford, the other team that has a very good shot at a title during this tumultuous 2020, when you never know if the game will actually be played or if the playoffs will actually occur. I'm sure they're not going to vote for the state champion like they used to do in the NCAA football. So we are ready for kickoff. One of the quad captains, Lucas Cunningham, boots it away. It's fielded at about the 17-yard line by Londonderry's Jake Narr, and he brings it back to about the 30-yard line or so. They'll spot it right on the 30, as a matter of fact. Tackle made on the kick coverage by Jack Peters. We welcome our Londonderry viewers on Leo TV 21 in Londonderry. Of course, Londonderry fans not allowed to attend tonight here at Stellos. Normally they come out in huge numbers to watch this talented team, and they're unable to be here tonight. But we welcome them all to Nashua TV's telecast, along with Leo TV, Channel 21 in Londonderry. A very short gain there for the Lancers on first down and 10. Dylan McEachern, the quarterback keeper. They give him a yard. It's 2nd and 9. Opening drive of the game for the Londonderry Lancers. 12-minute quarters in New Hampshire high school football. McEachern is in the shotgun with one running back. A one-step drop, fires out into the right flat, and the pass is short. It was intended for Nick Asadorian, and it fell to the turf about a good 2 yards short of his outstretched grasp. So McEachern needed to put a little more mustard and depth on that throw. A little rusty to begin here. The Lancers last playing on October 16, so only a week ago. Before that, they had a couple of weeks off after their win over Salem. North, meanwhile, only playing their third game of the season. One-step drop, McEachern fires it over the middle. It is off the pads of the intended receiver. Colby Ramshaw, the junior wide receiver, slanting in. He was hit near the yards to gain. Don't think he would have got the first down even if he caught it. And an impressive first defensive series by the Titans, forcing what appears to be a 3-and-out. Curtis Harris Lopez, the speedy all-around threat for the Titans, their star players, back to receive this punt. Getting it away is Zach Fawcett. Harris has it. He's at the 50. He bursts through. He breaks the tackle. Pancakes another tackler, but a good job by Londonderry to bring down the ever-dangerous Curtis Harris Lopez. And the tackle made by Devin Ortiz. Might have been a touchdown-saving tackle. Any one tackle could be against Curtis Harris. But a great field position to start on offense for the Titans here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 at the Lancers 43. Harris in that Wildcat shotgun quarterback position. He's going to keep it, and he is stuffed in the backfield. Londonderry Lancers flexing their defensive muscle in the middle of the line there, and there was nothing for Harris to run through. No openings. It'll be 2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Two teams testing each other out here early. 2-0 Titans against the 3-1 Lancers. They swing the pass out. Jumping over the tackler is Jaden Espinal. Espinal gained about 5 on the play. Call it 3rd and 5. Let's see if it's a 3-and-out for the Titans. They're in Lancer territory, so they might want to go for it on 4th down. I don't know if they want to test fate if they do get stuffed here, but we'll see what happens first of all on 3rd down. Curtis Harris goes and consults with his slot receiver, Devin Brassetti. Now he's calling signals, looking to the sideline. Head coach Dante Lorendi over there. They might be audibleizing to a new play as Espinal switches sides of the field. Espinal is going to join Brassetti. They do get it away before the play clock expires a second later. Throwing it on the run, and he hit in the ankles as he threw it. Devin Brassetti went up to get it, but under duress was Curtis Harris as he rolled out and threw it like a shortstop in the hole and overshot his receiver, although Brassetti with a valiant effort to get fingertips on that pass, and it goes incomplete. Because of the great field position that North had to start this possession, they were thinking about going for it there on 4th down and 5, but apparently Coach Lorendi thought better of it and will have his punting team take the field. Deep to receive for the Lancers is Nick Asadorian. A legal substitution called against the Titans. Not the worst penalty to get if you've got a punter that can reach the end zone. He's just got to recalibrate the kick. Here's some of the coaching staff up here counting some people and just getting it away, and a nice corner kick. Or did it bounce out of bounds? It bounced out a little bit early and nearly blocked, though, by the Lancers as they got into the backfield deep, as Lucas Cunningham had to kind of short leg that to make sure it wasn't blocked, and the kick went angling out of bounds. A little bit shorter than he would have liked. Not bad, though. So they spot it at the 17, and it's 1st and 10 for the Lancers on their 2nd possession of the game. A defensive battle early. 2nd possession for the Lancers. McEachern hands it off. Nothing there as the Titans front line flexes their defensive muscle, and it's minimal gain for Londonderry on 1st down. in the middle of the line, the guy we see around the ball making tackles time and again, Max Ackerman, one of the quad captains for the Titans, along with Luke Cunningham and Spencer Whiting and Curtis Harris Lopez. Second down and 8 for Londonderry. McEachern is going to pitch it. Number 21 outside is Trevor Weinman. And breaking that play up, who else? Curtis Harris Lopez read it from his safety position. And that great closing speed. Londonderry loses about 4 yards. 3rd and 12 coming up here, as it is very difficult going on offense for Londonderry early in the football game. 3 receivers split to the right. McEachern has 1 receiver to the left. He's going to roll out behind his running back block and throw it over the defender, and he hit in the hands Nick Asadorian, who couldn't bring it down. A great effort there by Dylan McEachern to put the ball on the hands of his receiver. Asadorian looked a little bit surprised to see that one go over the jumping defender untouched. And so, fortunately for North, the ball not hung on to by Asadorian, and it is a definite punting situation for the Titans, backed up against their own end zone. 4th and 12. North nearly jumped on the hard count on the punt. The ball's going to come down around the 45 and bounce back Londonderry's way, so they must down it. And just about the same spot they had it before, maybe a yard better on their second possession of the game. So the Titans winning the field position battle here in the first quarter so far. Shaping up to be quite a contest here early. Dominated by defense to this point, but Curtis Harris Lopez may have something to say about that. The senior quarterback and defensive back calling signals, going to follow a block, finds an opening and gets nailed, gets pancaked by a linebacker for Londonderry. That was Jake Nahr who stepped up. Jake Nahr listed as a defensive end. Nahr 6'1" and 200 pounds, and pretty good lick on Curtis Harris, who had gone into a juke, and I think he was on his heels when he got hit. But he did pick up at least 4 yards on the first down carry, 2nd and 6. Ball spotted at the 37. He will hand it off. Anthony Green's first carry as he's dragged down after a gain of only 1. Actually, no gain. No gain on the play, they say. 3rd down and 6. We played about 5 minutes into the first quarter, and first downs are at a premium. I don't think we've had one yet. Very unusual for both of these teams not to have a first down after 5 minutes of football. False start as the laundry comes out for the first time tonight, and that's going to go against North, pushing them back 5 yards and setting up a 3rd and 11. We welcome Leo TV, Channel 21 in Londonderry, to the Nashua TV feed of the Titans versus the Lancers on 3rd down and 11. And the Lancers blow up that bubble screen. Brian Mwangi was the receiver. 52 blowing it up. Dan Gear, great read by the senior defensive lineman. So a defensive battle here early for the benefit of our Londonderry viewers. It was a 3 and out for Londonderry, followed by a 3 and out for the Titans and another 3 and out for the Lancers. So the defense flexing their muscles today so far in this game. And nothing much on the return as the Lancers get stuffed inside the 15-yard line. Great kick coverage after the punt by Lucas Cunningham. Like it was Jack Peters was in on the tackle as well, number 44. So Londonderry's been pinned deep in their own end for most of the first quarter, and we've been looking to our left for most of the first quarter as the Titans play from about midfield to the 10 and the Lancers play from the 10 to the 20. That's about it. Nothing much there as far as openings for these running backs. Impressive defensive showing so far. Biggest run of the game, and it's not that far, but it's pretty good for the Lancers considering Donovan Gannon on actually number 8 on the carry. Number 12 on the carry. Hayden Austin and Devin Brissetti on the stop. So that was a pretty good gain there on first down. It's going to be 2nd and 3 for the Lancers. Trying to figure out this Titans D. McEachern is tripped up. It was Liam Novak who submarined everyone and got a piece of the ankles of Dylan McEachern and tripped him up for the gain of 2. So it's 3rd down and 1. Titans would like to come up with a big stop here and keep the Lancers from getting the game's first down. Rolling out, McEachern throws it, and it is fought for. And what do we have? Do we have a 50-50 battle, which would go to the offense? It is completed. What a job of battling for the football. Trevor Weinman wrestled it away from Jaden Espinal on a 50-50 ball, and it is a big first down completion for the Lancers. Instead of having to punt from deep in their own end, they got a drive going here with 4:20 to go in the first quarter. Game's biggest play so far, as Trevor Weinman channeled his inner Edelman there for that fine play. 2-step drop, McEachern firing it deep down the middle, and there was a lot of contact. They say it was a legal play. Unfortunately, one of the Nashua defenders that was covering Colby Ramshaw is down, and that is not Curtis Harris. That's him standing there, number 2, with his hands on his hips. It may be Devin Brissetti. We have not. Maybe Espinal, because I think that's Brissetti, number 8, that's standing there as well. It is. Tim O'Neill is our cameraman for tonight's game here at Stellos Stadium. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. And a nice hand as Jaden Espinal bounces up to his feet and walking off the field under his own power, a good sign. With 4:01 remaining in the first quarter, we just saw the game's first down on a pass completion by the Lancers. Tight defense, a double team on the would-be receiver there. Ramshaw brings up a 2nd and 10 for Londonderry at their own 38. McEachern checking to the sideline where he sees his head coach Jimmy Lauzon and staff. McEachern trying to beat the play clock, and he cannot. They call a timeout to the Lancers. Welcome to our Londonderry viewers who are normally here in great numbers to follow their talented and deep team. But because of the COVID rules, only the home team fans can attend. So we welcome the additional viewers to this telecast who are watching by way of Channel 21 Leo TV in Londonderry. For our Nashua viewers, we've got 2 games going on tonight. One here live that started at 6:30 at Stello Stadium, North hosting Londonderry, and the other, Bedford hosting South, courtesy of Bedford TV, which will begin at 7 p.m. Also on a Nashua ETV station, but that'll be Government TV number 16. Channel 16 has the South game. Welcome all our North viewers. So a very exciting night of Friday night football, as I called it at the Open during this 2020 pandemic. It is either sick or treat every game night this season, and tonight it's the treat. We get to actually watch some football and no cancellation. That's a bonus. The handoff by McEachern, and the running back is stopped at about the 40-yard line, and in on the tackle, of course, was Max Ackerman, and Spencer Whiting, also number 56, in on the tackle. So 3rd down and 8. It's been difficult going on offense for both of these teams. Obviously, the Titans were chomping at the bit to play somebody not from the city of Nashua, as they beat up on South and Bishop Girton in their only 2 regular season games that they've been able to play so far. They're 2-0. Meanwhile, this is Londonderry's 5th game of the season, losing only to Bedford. A keeper on the quarterback draw. McEachern's got the game's 2nd first down, and the only first down on the ground with a running play. So well executed by Dylan McEachern, the senior and star quarterback for the Lancers. Moves the chains exactly to midfield, as we get a great look right down the center of the Monifield turf here at Stellos. McEachern back into the shotguns. Got a pair of receivers split left and right, but he's going to go with the running back up the middle. Splitting the defense was Hayden Austin, and he's got a first down. That was about a 12-yard gainer. Spread out the defense and found a big seam and exploited it. And the best drive of the game for either team belongs to the Lancers at this point. 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 37 of the Titans. The Titans defense may be gasping for breath a little bit here, as the Lancers keep them moving backwards and on the field. There's a quick hitter over the middle, and it is complete to Nick Asadorian. Tackled by Devin Brassetti right over the middle, but it was a successful first down completion for Londonderry. They're mixing up their plays very well at the moment and keeping Nashua North moving backward. 1st and 10 at the 20. We are in the red zone for the first time for either team. Short gain for Hayden Austin on the handoff from McEachern. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9 2/3. So good defensive stop on 1st down for the Titans, something they needed there to stop this momentum that the Lancers have developed late in the first quarter of a so far scoreless game here at Stellos. 1.5 to go. And it's McEachern with a straight drop off the fingertips of the intended receiver. Pretty good coverage over there, as Brassetti was right on top of Trevor Weinman. Weinman, who had the key reception in this drive to wrestle a ball away from Brassetti on a 50-50 play on 3rd and long, and that is what got the train rolling for the Lancers, but they are in danger of getting stopped here. 3rd down and 10 at the 20. McEachern calling the signals in the shotgun. He's got Hayden Austin standing right beside him. Now he's a pass blocker as Austin. There's the throw over the middle, and a diving pass reception attempt goes off the hands or the chest plate of Nick Asadorian. Incomplete. 4th and 10 and decision time now for Londonderry. We have an official timeout for some reason. You will notice that in the COVID rules, the officials do not touch the game ball. They put down an orange marker to show where the center needs to put the ball to snap it, and then the center just maintains control of it. Straight drop for McEachern. He's going to fire it to the left and right, and what a catch. That is complete. Was it enough for the first down? It may not have been enough for the first down. It was a great catch by Asadorian just to snag that. It was not right to him by any means, but The problem was because he had a dive to catch it, he went straight to the turf and he was down. By high school rules, same as college. If you go down on your own untouched, you are tackled, and it is a turnover on downs to the Titans, as Asadorian did not have the yards needed to get the first down. The handoff is to Jaden Espinal. Espinal's got room down the sideline. He's at the 30, the 40. It's a foot race. He is brought down at midfield. Jaden Espinal with a 30-yard sprint. Call it 29 as they mark him out at the 49-yard line. It is the Titans' biggest breaker of the day. First down of the game for the Titans. And it was a spectacular run by Jaden Espinal. Just about an end around. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. 47 seconds remaining. And Curtis Harris Lopez, quarterbacking the Titans, has some momentum of his own now to work with. Until that, as the Lancers just swarm the running back, Isaac Smith, deep in the backfield. So 25 seconds, the clock is rolling down. The Titans not really much concerned with it since they'll just maintain possession into the second quarter if need be, but they will be able to get a play away here. Fake handoff, roll out Curtis Harris Lopez coming back the other way. He's going to put it under his hand. It's a foot race. He's at the 40. He's got a first down. He is dragged down from behind, but a great gainer for Curtis Harris Lopez as he brings the ball all the way down to about the 31-yard line. That was an impressive run by Curtis Harris. So 1 second left to go in the first quarter. I think they're going to let that tick off. Or no, actually he's stopped the clock because he went out of bounds. So they will get this play off. It'll be the last play of the first quarter, barring a flag. In the shotgun, Curtis Harris going to go right up the middle, and he's got about 3 yards on first down, and that'll take us to the break between the first and second quarter of play. It is a 0-0 game. The game is just as close as the score indicates. Londonderry High School with a record of 3-1. The Lancers football team, good as ever, championship aspirations. But of course, if they do get to play into the playoffs, if they do schedule them, they will have to get by Bedford, the team they lost to at home in Londonderry back on October 9, 26-7. Meanwhile, the Titans want to be that underdog, dark horse in the NHIAA Division I playoffs. Coach Dante Lorendi has his defense especially looking really good tonight, but the offense has something brewing here as they threaten to become the leader in the game, the first ones to score if they can continue this drive with Curtis Harris Lopez at the helm. Breaking off a nice 20-yard run following about a 29-yard jaunt by Jaden Espinal. So it'll be, well, it says 1st and 10 on the scoreboard, but I think it's going to be something like 2nd and 6 or 7 when we resume here in the second quarter. And of course, North will now be going left to right as we flip ends. So much going on for the coaching staffs and NHIAA coordinators to see if they can get games in. They got football and volleyball and soccer and field hockey going on. 2nd down and 7. And this is the keeper, Curtis Harris Lopez, weaving his way through everybody. And he's got a first down. He needed to get to the 20, and he's inside the 20 for a Titans first down. So first venture into the red zone for the Titans tonight. And it happens here in the opening seconds of the second quarter. in a 0-0 game. Titans threatening to go up first. Ball spotted at the 17, 1st and 10. Anthony Green runs into a rugby scrum, and he's going to get driven back by a host of Lancers, led by number 4, Will Reyes. Senior linebacker driving Green backward. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Anthony Green, one of the many North seniors who were honored before the game with their families on senior night here at Stellos. Anthony is right up against the line there, acting as a blocker for Curtis Harris on this as he runs to the right. A keeper. He gets to the corner first. Curtis Harris is inside the 10. Very close to the 1st down marker. Lucas Seaman on the stop, but very close to the, they call it a 1st down, 1st and goal. So great job of finding that 1st down yardage for Curtis Harris Lopez. He was brought down not before he got to the marker. And so goal to go for the Titans. 7 yards out from pay turf here as they try to get up on the scoreboard first. Looking to the sideline for the play call. Two minutes into the 2nd quarter in a 0-0 game. Espinal through the middle and in, almost untouched. Jaden Espinal, number 7, scores the first 6. Great run blocking up front by the Titans in a game where running yards have been difficult to come by for both teams. That was amounted to a waltz for Espinal into the end zone. And so we'll go for the extra point here. Lucas Cunningham will be kicking the extra point, or will they be going for 2? As Curtis Harris looks to the sideline, looks like they will be going for 2. Yep. They skip right over the extra point kick, and it's going to go for 2 right out of the gate. Curtis Harris following his blocks to the right, looking for an opening, and he's going to be dragged down short of the goal. Terrific play to get into the backfield and blow that up by Nick Asadorian, number 22. Drags down Curtis Harris from behind before he could turn the corner. I don't know if there was an opening before he got to the corner for Curtis Harris, but that would have been the best option, I think, to try to find a seam early and knife his way through traffic, because Asadorian tracked him down as he kind of ran tentatively to pick a spot. As the corner got closed off. So 6-0. Now Lucas Cunningham does have a tee in his hand, but it's to kick off. Titans on the board first. I am sure this Lancer team hasn't trailed very much since that Bedford game. But they do tonight, and they'll need to come back from behind if they are to win this one. So it is football night in Nashua tonight, as we are about to get the Bedford South feed on channel 16, and we'll be live there thanks to the Bedford crew. And here we are, Nashua TV, bringing you on channel 99, North hosting Londonderry. We got a good one. There's a reception by the Lancers' Connor Howe at about the 20, brings it back about 8 yards. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Londonderry. Again, not the greatest field position. That's at the 28, not the 18, 28. For Dylan McEachern and his Lancers offense. They've had some nice connections and runs, but have not been able to finish off a drive against this tough Titans defense so far tonight. 10 minutes exactly remaining in the first half. As Dylan McEachern calls signals. He's got a runner in motion, and he's going to hand it off to that runner, who is Will Reyes. And Reyes gets tripped up and thrown for a loss by Toby Brown Jr. Toby, just a sophomore, read that play well. Had some help from his upperclassmen, but that play went nowhere for Londonderry. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 14. So going in the wrong direction right now are the Lancers, and they may be forced to put it back up into the air. Yes, McEachern's going to throw a screen. It's picked off just inside the 20. Liam Novak stuck his big paws up there and hauled that down. He was only a couple yards away from McEachern, and it was almost as if he didn't see him. Liam Novak with the interception didn't quite have the quicks to make it a pick six, and we had a penalty flag, I think, on the return well after the reception. We have holding against the Lancers. It's declined. It was before the interception. So it is the Titans' ball. 1st and 10 at the 11. The Lancers offense just besieged by this Titans defense so far tonight. So impressive are the Titans. They were all geared up for this game, and the defensive scheme has been terrific. So chance to capitalize for the Titans here. They're already up 6. And they have a chance for a second touchdown in less than a minute. Espinal is inside the 5. Nice run by Espinal. He gained about 7 yards on that. He could get a first down at the 2. And the ball will be spotted at about the 3, I think. So it's 3rd and about a yard and a half for the first down. As Curtis Harris gets the direct snap, and he's going to go. He's got the first down. He's got the touchdown. Curtis Harris Lopez with a 3-yard plunge. And that is a 2-score lead for the Titans. They have scored 2 touchdowns in just over 1 minute of time here in the second quarter. So after a scoreless first, the Titans defense produces the game's second score. So once again, we expect the Titans to go for 2 here. The first one was a surprise. This one's just trying to make up for some lost points with a 12-0 lead. See what they elect to go with here was a quarterback keeper run to the right for Harris the last time. It'd be a surprise if they went back to the same play. They will. And he's trying to turn the corner, and he's got some daylight. Curtis Harris sprints across just inside the cone, and he gets 2 points. So it's a 14-0 lead for North with 8:39 left in the first half. Great start to the game for the Titans after such an impressive defensive showing. The offense pulls their weight and scores twice, just over a minute. They got the 2-point conversion, and it's now a 14-0 Titans lead here on their home turf, and only their 3rd game of the season. Wins over South and Bishop Girton. Had this one circled for a few weeks as the big test, and so far passing with flying colors. But still a lot of football left to be played, and some adjustments by Londonderry and their coaching staff will be made, no doubt. 8:39 left in the first half. Londonderry down by 2 scores as Lucas Cunningham tees it up at the 40. Very pleasant fall day it was here in Greater Nashua today. It was 4:30 in the afternoon by the time the temperature dipped below 70. Once you have that contrast between the days and the nights at this time of year, and it's probably going to be down in the low 50s by the time this thing's done. Received by number 32 for the Lancers. That is Nathan Pedrick, and Nathan is tackled close to the 30. 1st and 10 for the Londonderry Lancers. Chris Acevedo, one of the many seniors on the Titans who were honored on senior night, makes the play. Impressive start to the game, Tom King, for the Titans.
Well, turnovers always do it to you, you know. The thing is, you got to throw the ball downfield. These short little passes, North's been guilty of it too. If you're going to throw the ball down the field, don't try to throw into the line on a short pass.
So the Lancers, with actually their best field position of the game here at the 30. A run to the right for McEachern, trying to turn the corner, can't. Great speed pursuit by the Titans defense. Give him a gain of 2 though on the play. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. Spencer Whiting was among the posse that tracked down McEachern as he tried to go outside to the right.
I thought Jason Roby was taking a coffee break there for a while. I hadn't heard a couple plays I needed to hear.
He actually
shout it.
He actually played the role of electrician here for a while, trying to right the wrong. And McEachern is going to do a quick hitter over the slot, and it's off Asadorian's fingertips, maybe his thigh pads.
On that Novak interception, McEachern did not take his eyes off the receiver from the start. And it was just, I mean, he just tried to throw it over and couldn't do it. But, I mean, they all knew where he was going with it.
And Liam Novak, most of all, he stuck his big paws up there and picked it off.
Yep.
It's almost like he didn't see Liam at all. We held our breath a moment because of the flag, but it turned out to be a holding call against the offense. So the interception was good and led directly to North's 2nd touchdown. There's a sack. Blowing that one up in the backfield was Jack Peters. McEachern never did get a chance to set up and throw deep. He had Will Reyes sprinting down the left sideline.
Yeah, they would have been better off with a quick hitter, you know, over the middle, something like that. McEachern ran back, but North seemed to put a little bit of a blitz on and gave some pressure. So that's the thing. If you can stop the passing game with Londonderry, you can have a good shot at this. And right now they are.
Travis Holbrook, Toby Brown, Max Ackerman, just great up front. The defensive line for the Titans through the first couple of quarters. The punt is away. It's down the right side and out of bounds near midfield. They'll mark it at the 44 of the Titans. Great field position again. They've won the field position battle so far tonight. So the question was, how would the Titans do against a non-Nashua team, Tom? And
I don't think it's just a non-Nashua team, John. I think it's a non-contender. How would they do against a contender? Because they really haven't played. Well, South, I mean, they're good, but they were 1-2. This is a defending state championship team that has a good program going. You know, I mean, North-South would have been great 5-6 weeks into the season. South would have been ready by then. You know, I think that North was just a little bit on the jump for South in that game.
Titans back on offense with 6:49 to go in the first half. Trying to go up by 3 scores. As Isaac Smith runs around the left side. He's down the sideline, tripped up at about the 35 of Londonderry. But it's a great run by Smith. Nick Asadorian with a touchdown saving tackle. So it took a while for either team to get a first down tonight, but now they're coming fast and furious for the Titans. In the shotgun, Curtis Harris Lopez. Got Anthony Green in front of him as a blocker. Smith is in motion. He fakes the handoff. It's a keeper looking for an opening. Curtis Harris picks his way forward for maybe 3. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Tackled by Riley Bowles. Looking down the roster for Londonderry, they do have some big people up front, but it looks like that the Titans are winning the battle of the trenches here, at least here in the second quarter.
Size looks a little bit bigger for North.
Anthony Green burst through the line.
Well,
Asadorian can barely bring him down with help from his friends. Anthony Green bowls his way forward to a Nashua North first down.
They had his number in the first quarter. That's changed with these last 2 carries.
Yes.
You know, they were all over him, and Londonderry was, and it just didn't happen in the last 2 carries at all. And Green with a 16-yard run right there.
Terrific hole opened up for him, so he didn't feel contact till he was well beyond the line of scrimmage. And he made the Lancers pay. It's a keeper. Fake to Green, and it's Curtis Harris sprinting down the right side. He's inside the 10. Another. I was going to say first down. Let's see if they mark it as such. Curtis slow to get up there. I hope he's okay. Flag is down at the 15. So we'll have to see what that is.
Might be a block in the back. If you're going to run wide, that's usually the call.
Normally that is
hold or a block in the back.
Didn't see the referee actually square up and make the call.
They haven't made too many, have they? They haven't done it too often.
But they do, in fact, back.
Yeah, so the hole was at the 15. Harris gets credit for 4 yards. So now it's second down.
Spot foul.
Second and 16 from the 25.
John Collins along with Tom King, our cameraman Tim O'Neill. We welcome our Londonderry viewers watching on Leo TV 21 out of Londonderry. Also tonight, South versus Bedford. We're live on Nashua ETV's Government Channel 16. That game started at 7. We'll be getting updates. No propaganda on Nashua ETV. It's just about education, facts.
Propaganda is Roby's middle name. He's a children's book writer. Come on.
Children's book writer. Yes. Espinal burst through, and he may have 10 of that 16 back or more, depending on the spot. Jaden Espinal got that quickness after he gets the handoff.
Okay, John, so I have the official word, or, well, semi-official. It's from BG's coach on that field hockey tournament. Keene did withdraw because BG would not travel there and Keene would not travel here. So
we have our first score of the game in the Bedford-South game. It's South scoring on their first drive of the game. They lead Bedford 7-0.
How about that? See, I told you, better as they go along. Yep.
Coach Scott Knight told our Jason Roby that he had a great week at practice.
I had a good week of practice, too.
Tom King had a good week of practice. Everybody's feeling good, and especially if you're a South fan, to see them take their first possession, go down and score 7-0 in that one. Curtis Harris Lopez going to hand it off. Jaden Espinal trying to find a seam, dives forward toward the goal line. He is stopped at about the half-yard line. First and goal carry. It'll be second down and 1. As North threatening to go up by 3 scores here late in the first half. Keeping Londonderry pinned up against their own
Probably
end.
Harris wide right. No, yep, that's
Harris
what it's going to be.
Fakes everybody out, and he goes in.
Nobody there.
That was Grogan-esque, Tom.
Yes, it was. And no one listening or watching will know what the heck you're talking about.
The Steve Grogan bootleg. Look it up on YouTube.
And the funny thing about it was Grogan would do the bootleg, but you couldn't pay Tony Eason enough to do it.
Oh, Tony Eason. No, that's why we all trashed Tony Eason in the Super Bowl. He just would cave, you know. Steve Grogan, one of the toughest quarterbacks to ever play
the only
position.
Patriots Super Bowl I did not cover.
Wow. There's another keeper as Curtis Harris tries to drive forward for 2. He is stopped.
Do they not have a kicking tee? I wonder. They were looking for a tee earlier.
But you're not allowed to use a tee on the extra point.
And that's true. I don't know what's going on.
I don't
Someone
either.
was saying they needed a tee, but
I don't understand. Is the holder hurt?
I don't know.
No, we don't know.
Well, let's ask
the
the
kicking guru doesn't
Let's ask
know.
the kicking coach. Why isn't Lucas Cunningham trying extra
Jason
points?
Roby, above his pay grade.
Above his pay grade.
Yeah,
Okay.
So it's 20-0. The Titans lead with 3:36 to go in the first half. One of the cool things I heard, I don't know if this is true, Tom, Steve Grogan on those bootlegs when everybody would be fooled thinking the ball was handed off and then he just went by himself.
Yep.
He would not tell his own team that he was going to do it.
That's the way
True?
to do it. A lot of players do that, John. That's the way to do it.
Wow.
Because everybody is, if you have your team not knowing it, then the other team's not going to know it.
Yeah. See, that's why I never told anybody that I was stealing home in baseball.
Right.
Same
No,
thing.
exactly right.
But people think that's crazy. I have it's South 7 and Bedford 0. South scored on the game's opening drive.
Score from Bedford, South 7, Bedford 0.
And the North fans not excited about that for some reason.
Yeah, I
South
guess
is
I
up
know,
7
I know,
nothing.
really.
Crickets. 3:36 to go in the first half, and the kickoff by Lucas Cunningham. End over end's going to come down at the 20, and it's fielded there by big hit.
That's a
in the
great
middle.
special teams play. All the way down the field and curled around to make the tackle. That is a
Peters
great play.
Made a couple of nice tackles today. Andrew Coleman felt the brunt of that one. First and 10 for Londonderry from their own 26-yard line. Staring up at a 20-0 deficit. They lost to Bedford 26-7 earlier in the season, their only loss. And we'll see what they come up with here. Dylan McEachern's going to keep it. Off right tackle. He's got some good blocks.
And I
big
expect a
chunk.
lot more of that. I expect Londonderry to try to put the ball in the hands of McEachern a little bit more.
If they're going to make a game of this, Tom, I think they feel a big sense of urgency to put points on the board before the end of the first half.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it,
Because I think North gets the ball to begin the second
Yes,
half.
they do.
So we'll see what Dylan McEachern and Londonderry can do with the 3 minutes remaining. North wants to call a timeout. Only had 10 guys in the field, Jason spotted. Head coach Dante Lorendi with assistants Chad Sabolis, Kyle Tavey, Zach Harris, Rob Russell, Tony Santorsa, Rick Leavenworth, Zach Honeywell, and Eric Fowler, Kyle Tave.
Whose voice I don't hear as much tonight. When he's over on the other side of the field, it echoed all over the stadium every the 2 North games we did here.
Is that because he didn't like what he saw?
Yeah, well, he's just yelling. I mean, he's a very active defensive coach.
Yeah, I guess he's got nothing to complain about tonight,
No.
right? 20-0. Almost a pick 6 for Liam Novak. He's looking pretty good. Through the first 21 minutes of this one. So after the timeout, North actually gets a chance to catch their breath as well and get after the Londonderry Lancers offense, which they've been doing all night. One step drop, McEachern fires it. He had a man open, but it's incomplete. Hayden Austin was over there on the right side. Actually, it was Nick Asadorian has been his chief target. McEachern's been a little bit off with his passes tonight.
3rd and about 4 from the 32. Another passing down, most likely, unless they try some type of misdirection run. Off tackle isn't going to do it. Nope, they're going to roll him out.
Rolls out,
And
completes it.
It was almost picked off.
Asadorian stays on his feet
Yeah,
somehow, and he
great
gets
move.
the first down. What a great effort by Nick Asadorian. I think he was hit. like a half yard short of first down yardage, and he just would not go down. So 1st and 10 for the Lancers. And a fake pass on the drop, a draw. Gets to the 40, so it'll be about 2nd and 7. Clock ticking, 2:35 to go in the first half. Londonderry seeking points before halftime.
Right, not much time to do it in.
Unless they start putting it up a little bit more. McEachern is going to
that's a good
straight
play.
drop, throws it over the middle, and it's incomplete. Double coverage going on the pass
and he
intended
was
for Zach
also
Fawcett.
he also had to hurry that pass. There was a rush on him, even despite the fake.
Short, setting up a 3rd down and 7 for the Lancers.
Just a hurried pass. Londonderry's passing timing seems to be a little off, John. You notice that?
Yep.
I think it's partly because of the pressure.
They did
and
play
partly because
Wyndham
of
last week.
partly
so
because of the coverage. Now, Wyndham is not a very good football team right now.
Londonderry won that one 41-0.
And he's short. He's at the 30, 43.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down and long.
Yeah, see, I think he got about he's at the 42, 43-yard line.
They are going to punt. With 2 minutes to go, the Titans will actually have some time to work with. When and if they get the ball back here, barring the fake punt. Might be the time to call it if you've got it. Let's see what Londonderry does here.
Yeah, if you're going to fake it, this might be it. But then again, you really would
It's got to be a good play.
You know, you do it here. It's
Yeah.
give North the ball with a chance to score with just over a minute to play. They're going to kick it.
You're right.
That's a good kick too. They've got a good kicking room.
It's going to get down.
That's a great punt. That's a college type punt, John. That's not a high school punt. We rarely see punts like that in high school.
Yeah.
A lot of hang time.
Yeah. And
you know, not a play you can really fair catch or catch. The punt was away from him. You know?
I guess it's tough to fair catch at this level. This ball's not to you. It's, so the Titans have 50 seconds. Actually, the clock's rolling.
Well,
why is it rolling?
This is familiar territory for me to screw up because I always say take a knee in this
101.
situation.
He says they let 16 seconds go, 15 seconds go off on these needlessly. 101, change of possession.
Yeah, the clock should have stopped with change of possession.
Yeah.
So.
In the Alvern game, Merrimack leads 7-0 in the first quarter, and South has now doubled up on their lead over Bedford, 14-0. The Panthers lead Bedford. Anthony
Mwangi.
Green going around left end.
That's Mwangi.
Mwangi, you're right. Brian Mwangi, senior, who has great legs.
Mwangi, I guess the G is hard.
So Brian got close to first down yardage on his first touch.
2nd and 2 from the 19. It's a short 2.
35 seconds. The clock is
Mwangi
rolling.
again.
Mwangi will take it past the marker, but that. Well, they call timeout.
Nashua North, first down.
29 seconds left. The hope is that Harris could
Now they're winding the clock.
Yep, well, then I guess they're not going to try to, they'll maybe run one more handoff play.
Yeah.
But you know, in my mind, this is the knee time because you don't want to fumble the ball. If you're not going to throw it,
yeah,
then I would say just take the knee so you don't risk a turnover, or do what they're doing now. Let the clock just run out, which is what they're doing. They had 30 seconds between plays, so they're able to let it go, and that'll do it for the first half.
I don't want to lose our viewers, but I do want to point out the South Bedford game is going on. It started at 7 o'clock on our Nashua TV 16. And we will welcome back our North and Londonderry viewers to the second half upcoming here at Stello's on Nashua ETV's Channel 99. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. And Tom, you want to sum up the the first half and
Well,
talk
I mean,
about the chances for Londonderry to
just
come back?
just a bad turnover. A couple of big runs for Nashua North. Espinal really kind of started it, with his big run to midfield, and then Harris took over.
Yeah.
And that gets them on the board. The turnover puts them up 2 scores, and then they run another one in. It's just you can't turn the ball over like that against Nashua North because they'll make you pay. They're only at the 17 after that play, so that's a tough turnover for London. That turnover changed the entire scope of the game.
And I'm not sure if I saw that Londonderry has the answer they need to come back from 3 scores down.
No, I don't think they do right now. But you know what? All they need is one of those passes, those quick passes over the middle to break one, and they're back in the game. They just feel that they need one score to get back in the game, and we'll see.
North will have the next best chance to score as they'll be receiving the opening kickoff to begin the second half when we resume. Stay with us. You're watching North hosting Londonderry. Second half coming up on Nashua ETV.
In these challenging and changing times, the Nashua Division of Public Health and Community Services would like to share a public health moment with you. Communicable Disease Nurse Coordinator Flavia Martin is here to answer a common COVID-19 question.
So if someone tests positive for COVID-19, why do you need to know about their close contacts and everyone in their family?
So it is very important to provide the information of someone's close contact so we can break the cycle of infection. So I'll use myself, for example. If I have coronavirus, I can infect those close to me, my household contacts, everyone who lives in the home with me. I can infect my coworkers. I can infect, if I'm in school, my schoolmates. If I go to church, the people that are sitting close to me. And if I go to a sporting event, and I can expose other people during the time that I'm in close contact. And by that I mean less than 6 feet away and for more than 10 minutes in total time. So by gathering that information, we can break the cycle of infection. So those people that are exposed to me, they're asked to quarantine for 14 days. Should they develop illness, they do not go on to infect other people. So when a disease investigator calls and asks for those close contact information, we do take the privacy of the person that has the illness very seriously, and that's protected information under HIPAA. We do not share that information with anyone when we conduct our disease investigation interview.
For more information on COVID-19 or to schedule a COVID-19 test, call 603-589-3456 or visit our website at nashuanh.gov/COVID-19.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. Second half about to begin. The Titans of Nashua North hosting the Londonderry Lancers. And what a great first half it proved to be for North. They are up 20-0 as they get set to receive the opening kickoff of the second half. I'm John Collins along with Tom King. Tom, I guess the Lancers might be a little bit surprised as to how good this North team is at this point.
Well, right now, I mean, Londonderry's problem is they're just not able to muster enough offense, John. I've got them at, 66, 73, 76, 3 and 1, 2. They've got 78 yards of offense in this first half. That's not going to cut it for them. They're going to, it's all about yards and points. And they're not getting anything. And a lot of that is credit to this Nashua North defense because they've done a great job to shut out a Londonderry team that put up 41 points against Wyndham last week. Beat Pinkerton already this year. Their only loss was to Bedford, and Bedford is losing to Nashua South right now, 14-0.
14-0. What a great start for the Panthers against Bedford in the game that we are covering on Nashua ETV's Channel 16. That game kicked off at 7. This one kicked off at 6:30. So they're sort of offset. and hopefully we'll be able to get a lot of those South viewers. And there's an onside kick. It goes 10 yards, and the Lancers get it back.
Yeah, that's a good call.
It is a perfectly executed onside kick by Trevor Weinman. So we talked about the possibility of a fake punt before the end of the first half. Instead, they go with the fake kickoff, and they recover.
You know, you have to do that. You've got to do something to shake up your team, shake up the direction of the game. All momentum for North. You know, you had this feeling Londonderry just did not want North to get that ball to start the half, you know. And maybe that's one of the reasons why they didn't try something down here when they had the ball late in the at near midfield at the end of the first half, John, when they punted the ball away. They had an idea they would do this.
The bounce was perfect, and there was 3 Lancers around it.
Yeah, really well executed. That's one of the best I've seen.
Yeah, and the Titans clearly caught off guard. McEachern keeps it, and he gets belted as he tries to go around left end.
Yeah, loses about 3 yards there. This is
Max Ackerman and also
that's the deal,
Curtis
John,
Harris got in on it.
That's the deal, is the North defense. It's really been tough.
Great read by Curtis Harris, who's upset that he didn't get to quarterback the team on the opening drive of the second half. Instead, it's a recovery of an onside kick for Londonderry. McEachern pays the price on first down, and then they pay the price on second down as well. That middle of the defensive line's been excellent for the Titans tonight.
Yeah, quick handoff to try to catch North off guard with a trap. It didn't work.
Travis Holbrook, Toby Brown Jr., Max Ackerman, giving next to nothing in the middle of that line.
3rd and 10, and you got to think it may be 4-down territory for Londonderry if they don't get it here.
McEachern straight drop, 2 steps. He's got time. He throws it, and it's a back shoulder completion and a touchdown.
And there you go.
A quick hit for the Lancers. Number 11 is Zach Fawcett, and he had the defenders' backs turned, and McEachern put it right on him.
He put it right on the money, back shoulder throw, and he took off from a hard distance. It looked like it was a chance maybe for an interception, but the defender never saw it. And that's the touchdown we talked about, John. Londonderry just needed to pop one in there and get back in the game, and they just did it.
Well, just as I talked about how North had clogged up the Londonderry offense, the Fawcett is opened. Zach Fawcett with the touchdown reception from Dylan McEachern, and just that quickly, Londonderry takes that opening recovery of the onside kick and goes down and scores.
And now you've got a football game.
You certainly do. 20-7. As the Lancers kick the extra point. Now they're only down by 13 with a ton of football left to play. 10:50 to go in the 3rd quarter. So credit the huge adjustment that the Lancers make in manufacturing some offense. I was going to say that Antonio Brown is not going to walk through that door for the Lancers offense because he's playing for the
they just needed somebody to get loose and get free.
Tampa Bay now.
They just needed to get free. What's that, John?
Pete Johnson just texted me from our studio, our active
Brown
studio.
signed with Tampa Bay?
Antonio Brown has been signed with the NFL. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady has Antonio Brown back.
How about that, huh? Well,
Londonderry with a low bouncer, and they're going to have to go get that. They do. Fielded over there by Jordan
Andino.
Racing and Andino outside the 40. Nice return.
That was.
Jordan Andino, a sophomore, up the middle with that kick return and trying to seize back some momentum for the Titans.
Got the 15 to the 43. So what North has to do now is respond. Let's see how they respond, John.
Let's see if they can bounce back from giving up that quick score by the Lancers. After a dominant second quarter, Espinal with the handoff gets a good chunk of change on first down, about 5 yards on the carry over left guard. Pete Johnson, who is from Pennsylvania, of course, Oil City, where they have that juggernaut of a high school football team.
Yeah, well, they got a juggernaut of an NFL team right now.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers looking pretty good.
They do.
Could be another great game coming up on Sunday with Tennessee.
Handoff, Espinal around right end, and he has some first down yardage down at about the 45-yard line.
In my mind, Espinal has been the player of the game for North, just the way he's run the football. He's got a touchdown, and he also kind of broke this game and set the tone with a long run in the first half.
A 29-yard run when the Titans offense had been dormant.
Right, exactly. You know, that woke everybody up.
So 1st and 10 for North in their first possession of the third quarter. After giving up Londonderry's only touchdown. Good job by Isaac Smith to get around the corner. Dances around a tackler, and he is inside the 35-yard line.
That's the thing you want to do. Keep getting different people with the football to keep Londonderry's defense guessing. A 10-yard run right there by Smith. 1st and 10 North at the 35.
So
but that's how you do it, John. You keep them guessing. You know, everybody focuses on Harris. Harris hasn't rushed the ball a whole lot in this game, except when they've gotten down inside the 10.
Right, they're keying on him, and he's not the one. Now he has it.
And
looking for an opening. He's got it. Dances, actually tripped. A flag flies.
Maybe a hold right around the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it was. Spot foul. 10 yards from the infraction. We'll see where they put the ball down, but it's going to negate that first down carry by Harris and make it 1st and long. Yeah, I was going to say.
Those are drive killers.
Yeah. Pete texted me that, of course, Oil City's up in their game 24-0 over Cono, Pennsylvania. I hope I said that right. Cono. 1st and 19 for the
another state where
Titans.
Another state where they're playing high school football.
Yeah.
That's the significance of that to me.
They would.
Then I wonder what the fan situation is. Harris is going to do a screen. It's got
intercepted, picked off down the sideline. Number 73 for Londonderry, and that ill-advised pass. E.J. Donovan, senior defensive lineman, returns the favor. So it was Liam Novak, the lineman for North, that intercepted a Dylan McEachern pass in the first half.
On that play, Harris turns around, and what did he do? He threw off
it
his
against
back
the grain,
foot, threw off his back foot, and the ball hung. He had a man open in the flat, and that's where it was designed to go. He just underthrew it because he threw it off his back foot.
So quite the turn of events here in the third quarter. Londonderry was down 20-0. They recover an onside kick to go straight down and score. And now they get an interception.
Yeah, and again, the onside kick, the interception. Again, your defense has to respond for you.
Travis Holbrook just shed his blocker and came up with a sack. 3-yard loss on the play. Who was it, the carrier? Yeah, it's a sack.
It was McEachern, wasn't it?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
2nd and 13. I mean, you can take those away from the defensive lineman in football. That's a sack. It's a handoff up the middle.
Yeah, and a lot of room, but a hard hit, but some room in the hole. So that'll bring up probably about 3rd and 8.
Yes.
It's down at around the 22-yard line.
So the Lancers trying to keep this drive alive. The Titans defense stepping up, throws it deep down the left side. It's got him open, and it's overthrown. A step on the defender.
That's a tough play. That ball was
Zach Fawcett.
Fawcett was wide open, and North caught a break. They really did, because McEachern's throw was to lead him. And John, I think if the receiver had kept running instead of trying to dive for the ball, he might have had that football.
Yeah. little bit too tough a task to haul that one in for Fawcett.
And this is 4 down territory
Yep,
here. You
fourth
got to
and
go.
7.
Yeah, you're going for it. South is up 21-0. Just heard Jason Roby say that. Wow. How about that, huh?
So 4th and 7. Let's see what Londonderry comes up with here. McEachern with a straight drop, looking down the right sideline, throws it up, and it is complete inside the 10 for a Londonderry first down. Nick Asadorian got some space, and McEachern put it on him.
That was a great throw. I mean, there wasn't a lot of room there. And Cunningham is there, but Asadorian had the position inside and was able to make the lunging catch.
Holding on to it is McEachern. He is tripped up near the line of scrimmage by Luke Cunningham. So, 2nd and goal. Short gain on the play.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7.
Londonderry needs to come up with something here to.
It's either going to be the quick handoff to inside, or McEachern's going to roll out, I would think, to his left.
Trying to cut it to a one-score game.
It's the quick
Up
handoff
the middle,
inside.
tackle at about the 5.
Yep.
That was number 22, Nick Asadorian, I believe, on the carry.
Yeah, that's a big tackle. So now it's going to be 3rd and goal.
Oh, it was
again, 4 down territory.
It was 12. It was Hayden Austin on the carry.
So again, it's 3rd and goal, 4 down territory.
3rd and goal. This may be a down where they're trying the hard count.
And it's a tough play, maybe for that left corner of the end zone on a fade. But I'm trying to see where Harris is. I think he's on that side.
McEachern drops it. It's recovered.
Man.
Max Ackerman pounces on. Is it Max Ackerman, number 61, with the recovery?
Wow.
A mishandle by the Lancers when they could least afford it. Turns it over to the Titans. An opportunity to score their 2nd touchdown goes away. And the Titans will take it 1st and 10.
How about that, huh? Just not what. If you're Londonderry, there's no Londonderry fans here, but they're probably watching, and they're watching somewhere, and they're cringing.
Espinal found some room on the right side of the line. So they'll say a gain of 5 on the play. Not bad. 2nd and 5 for the Titans. 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. North with a 27 lead, and there's.
Well, they were showing a little bit of a blitz, linebacker blitz, but he got a little too anxious, didn't know the count, and.
Will Reyes gets called.
Reyes gets called. He's an aggressive player. I mean, that's a good. I mean, you like to see him. If you're going to rush anybody on Harris, that's the guy you want to get in the backfield, Reyes, because he's very athletic. But that time, just a little too anxious.
So close to a first down, but not quite after they mark off the 5 yards. 2nd down and less than a yard.
He was on his way again.
Curtis Harris has some blockers. Gets to the sideline.
Could
down the sideline. He's at the 50. Curtis Harris, track me. Curtis Harris Lopez from his own 20. 80 yards. Touchdown, North.
That's it. That's all it is right there. He got around. When they played BG, what did I tell you John Trisciani said? Don't let him turn the corner. And he turns the corner, and there he just shifted gears, and boom, gone. Gone. And
that was fast.
An 81-yard run for Curtis Harris Lopez.
In about 8 seconds.
And the story of the game, the turnovers. The interception, the fumble.
26-7 for the Titans. They will go for 2 once again. As Curtis Harris calls signals. Espinal gets the handoff. No, it's a counter crisscross play that works. I think that was Isaac Smith that slipped in there. Number 24.
Yep.
Yes. Success on the play call for the Titans. So with 5:35 to go in the third quarter, the Titans sustain a onside kick recovery by Londonderry, and they give up Londonderry's first and only score so far tonight, but they bounce right back with that huge run by Curtis Harris Lopez, and they're back up by 3 scores again. South off to a great start against Bedford, up 21-0. So Nashua North and South doing fantastic tonight to this point. So it's going to be the new kicker for North, Leonard Toplana, the sophomore who we watched practice during the halftime break, and he drives Londonderry back to the 5. Returning it is Andrew Coleman. Coleman has some room down the far sideline.
Yeah, you know what happened there? A line drive kick, and it allows the runner to basically move very quickly. That ball's got to be elevated a little bit more, allow your players to get down there. It was a line drive boot. My guess is he's got to be a soccer player, right?
Yeah, we don't have 35.
Either way, it's 1st and 10 Londonderry at the 32-yard line.
So Londonderry started to have some success in the air.
All the work they did went for naught with that bad snap.
Right.
Just went up into thin air.
14-yard swing there.
The one thing you can't do is turn the ball over down there. And almost another turnover because the defender was coming up. And it could have been picked off.
Yes. South is up 28-0 now over Bedford in the first half. That's a second quarter score.
Wow. So let's kind of venture and see if they decide to go by records and North wins this game. And they would, and if BG wins out in Keene.
Handoff, spin move, tackle just behind the line of scrimmage.
They would play the winner. It would be, no, I would think it would be North, assuming Merrimack beats Alvern. I would think it would be South and Merrimack.
Nice defensive stop by Isaac Smith, and also Travis Holbrook was in on the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and long.
I would think it would be South and Merrimack, and North BG if BG wins out in Keene.
Mm-hmm.
My guess is North wouldn't be too thrilled about having to go to Keene if Keene won that football game.
No.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Straight drop, McEachern looking to his right, hit as he throws it, overshoots the receiver, incomplete. Max Ackerman was in his face.
And that's punting situation now. You have no choice here. You're not in 4-down territory unless you're near, I would say, anywhere from the 45, your own 45 in. You're in 4-down territory. Other than that, you're booting it.
Tell you what, Max Ackerman looks to me to be like 270 pounds right now.
Max Ackerman is going to be a college lineman somewhere.
Yeah. He is not easy to stop.
I did a story on him last year. He loves football.
And it shows.
He's also a pretty good wrestler too. I think they have him wrestling. I think.
Let me guess.
I think Chad Sabolis has him wrestling.
Let me guess what weight division.
Yeah, exactly.
Heavyweight. 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, and the Titans come up with a definitive stop there on defense, get the ball back. If I told you that North was going to be up 28-7 on Londonderry and South was going to be up 28-0.
The North I might believe, the
Bedford?
South I wouldn't have believed.
Yeah. Quite a night so far for the North and South Nashua teams. Isaac Smith dances away from one tackler, goes back the other way. He's got some blockers and some room. Isaac Smith to the 50. Isaac Smith with one block. He's down to the 30, the 20. Isaac Smith inside the 5.
Didn't quite have enough to get there, but he did it. Almost for Smith.
Smith started off on the 33-yard line, and he ran somewhere over 100 yards all totaled, but he gets stopped underneath the 5, and it's not a touchdown.
That's tough for Smith.
What a run.
Exactly. That was a great run.
False start. So that'll move him back. Well, that was amazing. Usually when you do those, when you go back against the grain and try to make something more out of nothing, it could be even worse. But once he got out to the outside on the right, there was just nobody.
That's a 64. It's a 64-yard run.
Yeah, he got tripped up, right? He didn't fall on his own. It wasn't like the Jones, the quarterback, Giants quarterback run.
No, it wasn't like Daniel Jones did last
Daniel
night.
Jones. So here's Curtis Harris. Lopez trying to finish what Isaac Smith started, and he gets downed in the backfield this time. Good tackle by Lancers lineman, 68, Eric Brown. Got deep in there, and there's no go for the Titans. So
loses a yard on that play. It'll be 3rd and goal now, or actually it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Because they had the penalty, so that's the down.
Titans have had huge success running the ball tonight, and they're going to try it again.
There's players there, and he wasn't able to fool him that time. It wasn't no one there the way it was when Smith reversed direction. There were players on the outside waiting for Harris Lopez there.
One of them was the backup quarterback, one of the backup quarterbacks, sophomore Padge Provost, number 7, who was speedy enough to
you give me a backup quarterback, John. I'll give you a cornerback or a defensive back.
Right.
So a lot of them do that.
Yeah, and some good football IQ there by Provost to read that play and contain Harris enough. So it's 3rd and long. Goal to go. Dancing around, looking for an opening.
Now he's going to run now.
He's running inside the 10, inside the 5, puts his shoulder down. And number 4 took a hard lick there. Will Reyes is slow to get up.
Yeah, Reyes went right down for the lower body on the tackle.
Staggering.
So, and
that might
took a hard hit. Boy, I don't know how many people get hit by Curtis Harris Lopez and feel it.
That might be concussion protocol. I hate to say it.
Yeah, I think so. There's Dante Larendi, right? Dante Larendi went right over there. That's him right there.
See, that's where you're fighting it, and you don't want to come out of the game, and your body and faculties are just not cooperating.
Yep, they're going to take him. He's got to come out of the game.
Yeah. There's 2 determined forces coming together right there. Will Reyes and Curtis Harris. And the holding call. So as close as the Titans just got via the legs of Curtis Harris, they get moved back a lot.
Wow, they sure do. All
this
the way
is
back to the 24
goal to
yard
go
line.
on 3rd down from the 24. So that's a tough find in the playbook. 3rd and 24.
Yeah, that's a good idea for Harris
goal
to try
to go.
to throw it. Well, Espinal just wasn't there, but you know what, John? If I had to take a guess and take a look at it again, I think he had a receiver wide open on the right side. And once he caught it, would he have been able to run it in? I don't know.
Which would have either been Bressetti or Cunningham on the right.
It was Bressetti, number 8. I can see it right from here now. It was Devin Bressetti was wide open on that side.
And Aiden O'Loughlin on coverage for Londonderry had a much better shot at that pass.
He did.
That went incomplete.
4th down, they'll throw it.
4th and 24, so Titans will go for it because of where they are on the field. There's a ball that's up for grabs toward the cone. It's out of bounds, and it's Londonderry's ball.
Those
on
are
downs.
points you need to get. You're down to the 3-yard line, and you
28
don't
to 7.
score. That's not a good.
No.
That's not a good empty for Nashua North. That's
And because of the penalties, the Isaac Smith
touchdown saving
run.
tackle by the Lancers.
Yeah.
They don't
For naught.
For naught, the run
Except
by
they
Smith,
did take some time off, but
well,
it's still
does,
third
but
quarter.
The run by Smith goes for naught
Yep.
in terms of points, and Londonderry takes over.
So the Lancers back on offense here with 2:34 to go in the third quarter. This one is not over yet. McEachern at quarterback. His receivers split left wide, right, left and right, and the handoff goes nowhere. So the Titans, Lucas Cunningham and Spencer Whiting team up to down Hayden Austin after only a 1-yard gain. The Lancers have targeted number 22, Nick Asadorian, a lot on pass plays, and also number 21, Trevor Weinman. We'll keep an eye on them here, as you might think that McEachern's going to throw it. He's going to keep it instead, and he is swallowed up as he goes off left tackle. Spencer Whiting and Anthony Green making the tackle fairly quickly. Gain of maybe, say a gain of 3. It's going to be third down and
They're in about 7. Got to get to about the 34, just beyond it.
so now the Lancers are going to try to keep these pass rushers off their quarterback.
Yeah, they're going to have to throw it, though.
And
Here
here they come. They throw as he's hit, and it's just over the outstretched grasp of Zach Fawcett deep down the left side. He's the other guy they've targeted quite a bit tonight. And it's going to be fourth down, a punting situation for the Lancers.
Do I see a flag?
That's one of those markers that they use,
right, okay, it's the
so they
marker.
don't have to touch the football.
Right, yep.
But yeah, I had to look twice too. It's supposed to be orange, but it kind of looks yellow sometimes with the glare. Punter for Londonderry, standing at his own 15. Gets it away.
Almost blocked.
Very good boot. It's going to bounce into the hands of Curtis Harris, who
Nice
eludes
turn.
3 defenders, but he's going to be run out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Did a nice little pirouette there.
Yeah.
For the turn, but it just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, there was just too many numbers. Unless you have the power of invisibility, you're not going to get out of that one. 1:02 to go in the third quarter. And the Titans with a 3-score lead, but offensive momentum has been slowed here in the third quarter since the great Curtis Harris 80-yard touchdown run. A duplicate of which could happen at any time with his great speed and ability. It seemed like the Lancers defense was keying on Harris on every play, and then Espinal stepped up, and maybe they forgot about Harris for a second. The handoff is to Isaac Smith. He breaks it out to the left, down the sideline. Isaac Smith still on his feet. Flag flies.
Yep.
Ahead of the play.
Looks like it's going to be a hold.
The umpire saw something.
Probably saw a hold, but you know what? I mean,
You're right, he did.
this is.
Oh, it's, it's against the, I was going to say.
The only
against
lineman I
offense.
saw out there, I thought was 52. So I'm not.
Yeah. There's 2 flags, and you wondered if there was they saw the same thing. So there was one point when Smith turned the corner and it looked like he was standing right next to a Londonderry tackler, and you wonder why nothing happened, and it's probably because of a hold right there.
Right. 43-yard line is where the flag was flying, so they'll go 10 yards, so it's a 33.
Yep. And you call them drive killers, Tom.
Well, that's not as much of a drive killer. You know why?
First down.
Yeah, it doesn't move them back
Oh
anywhere.
yeah, because the spot foul, right?
It's a spot foul. They gain 5 yards.
Oh yeah,
on the play.
yeah. That's the exception to the rule.
Right. So that's, they're moving
We'll take
back.
that.
They're moving back. Then it's a big killer there.
Espinal's in motion, and he gets the handoff with Anthony Green as a blocker. Espinal turns the corner, hops back into the slot. Still on his feet. Jaden Espinal trying to break it back to the middle. Huge gainer down at about the 32-yard line from his own 33. That's about a 35-yard gain.
Good math, John.
Boston Latin, Tom.
Yep. Exactly.
So, terrific jaunt by Jaden Espinal. He just seems to be hard for the defense to locate once he gets moving. And of course, it helps being.
That's the
lightning
idea.
quick.
They have so many people that can do damage that you've got to worry about who's going to get the ball, and you still have to focus on Harris Lopez, and that'll
Right.
do it for the third quarter. We have played 3 here at Stello Stadium, 28-7 in favor of Nashua North over Londonderry.
So 28-7 as we go to the fourth quarter. And now North just needs to finish it off as they have put up 3 really good quarters of football. South, meanwhile, 28-0 is the last score we had in their game against Bedford. That started at 7 o'clock. At the half, Merrimack leading Alvern 24-7. Where's that game, Tom?
It's at Merrimack.
It's in
Student
Merrimack.
Memorial Field.
Fresh 12 minutes up on the board. John Collins along with Tom King, our cameraman Tim O'Neill. We welcome our Londonderry viewers once again watching on Channel 21 in Londonderry, Leo TV. We've got the South Bedford game on Nashua's Channel 16. This one, I would say, is a closer game right now, Tom.
By a
28
touchdown.
By a touchdown. Exactly. A touchdown. Yeah. So back into the shotgun and the Wildcat. Quarterback Curtis Harris Lopez. Has Anthony Green right behind the line. And I think
Long
that's
count.
Brassity that has it.
Brassetti.
Off to the left side.
He's
Through.
off to the races,
Devin
is what he
Brassetti
is.
inside the 10. Touchdown. Nashua North, a 32-yard run for Devin Brassetti. You just said, Tom, how many different people could be touching the ball that the Lancers have to worry about. And there's another one, number 8, Devin Brassetti for 32 yards.
This team, healthy the way they are right now, because they haven't played any games. You know, they've had 2 weeks off here, 2 weeks off there. This team is loaded. They are loaded. They have a veteran line, a great defense, and a lot of skill position people who can, they basically do a lot of things on both sides of the ball.
They do.
They don't do anything different. They run the same 4 or 5.
Right, but with different people running them, and that's the difference. Jason Roby just said they don't do anything different. They have the same 4 or 5 plays, but different people they've used.
Yeah.
Different people, and I think you could tell that in the first game against South because they did use a lot of different people. Isaac Smith played. I mean, his return is a big deal. Anthony Green. You know, when I talked to Dante Lorendi before the start of the season, he goes, we got a lot of people who can, you know, run. We have Anthony Green. He's gotten better. Everybody, all these players that we've
Mwangi
seen,
is
they're a
good.
year older.
Keep your guys healthy.
Yeah, they're well, not playing helps that, doesn't it?
It does, but I mean,
As Jason Roby's talking. Yeah, right. You know,
Coach
that
Roby's
helps.
talking.
yes, sorry.
So,
That's okay.
but no, that's it. But he's right. You're not playoffs, but you got to keep him healthy and practice the whole bit. So this is very interesting what we're seeing here.
Yeah, the Titans line's been terrific. Rocco Ciardi, don't say his name enough. Number 50 is Zach Mazak. 52, Liam Novak.
Novak's really, Novak.
Spencer Whiting and Max Ackerman, two-way
Harris,
player. Curtis Harris, the stiff arm, the 2 points.
They had one chance to get him before he would turn the corner, and they weren't able to do it. So Harris with a 2-point run.
36-7. Very impressive score here. First play of the fourth quarter, the 32-yard touchdown run by Brissetti, followed by the 2-point conversion run by Curtis Harris. 36-7 is the score. And we'll see if young Dionard Toplana does the kickoff again. Yeah, it was senior night tonight, and Jason Roby spent quite a bit of time announcing all of the seniors and their family members, and it's great to have that kind of
this was the only home game they've had.
Experience and
they've been the visiting
talent.
team for the other games that have been here.
Yep.
So
everybody's healthy, and who knows what could happen. We were talking before the game about favorites to win the championship, and we mentioned Bedford and Londonderry, but how about South and North tonight? Pretty impressive.
Well, I'll tell you what, you make those comparisons. Bedford,
Goffstown.
really dominated Londonderry 26-7 at Londonderry. Right?
Yeah.
So then look at what Nashua South is doing.
Yeah.
And this was a game that was basically scheduled in late last week, put together. The Bedford game.
Return. Pretty good one out to the 35-yard line.
Ball came loose, but he was already down. Yeah, he was already
Connor
down.
Howe with the return. Well, 1st and 10 for the Lancers at the 35-yard line. See if Dylan McEachern's back out there. Yes, he is. Lancers get called for a hold, one of the few penalties that they've had tonight. I feel like that's the first penalty against Londonderry.
Yeah, they haven't been penalized much at all.
Do you remember
have
one?
they? Not really.
So that pushes them back to the 20. Still at halftime in Bedford. Bedford Band is playing. We will have the Nashua North Band Night live this Monday night at 7 p.m. on ETV Channel 99.
South already had their band night, didn't they? I think they did.
They did.
Yeah, we had that one too, I think.
Exactly. We covered that. Tim
And
O'Neill stuck around for that.
a nice play action fake and a good job by the North line to just not fall for it and knock the ball down. That's not McEachern who's thrown that football. That's somebody else.
Some trickery there for Londonderry, but an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 from their own 20. And that's...
Take a look, John. That's not McEachern, a quarterback anymore.
Well, I think...
Is it? It's
think,
not.
I thought I saw 12. No?
No, McEachern's 14.
Oh, that's right. Right. Number 12 is the quarterback.
I believe number 10 is the quarterback, John. Number 10. New quarterback.
10 is the quarterback.
New quarterback for Londonderry.
Drew Heenan.
Yep.
And he's got running back Hayden Hostin back out there. So they did change up quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think Londonderry is basically surrendered here to get ready for next week. They don't want to see any injuries.
I think North's put in... No, I see a lot of North's starting.
Yeah, I do
defense out
too,
there.
because I don't think they realize that, Londonderry's got they have some first stringers still in there.
They do.
McEachern's their guy. He's got to be, the guy. Now, unless he's hurt, you don't know if he's hurt by any chance.
Drew Heenan with a 2-step drop, throws it deep down the middle. It is tipped away. Great defense by number 8, Devin Brissetti.
Yeah, Brissetti's a really good defensive player. That's really where he shines, despite the run that we saw him have. Brissetti is a very good defensive player and knocks that ball away.
Jesse Morin had a step on
He
Brissetti,
did.
and credit Heenan for putting the ball right on target, but Brissetti was able to make up ground and get his right hand on the football, knocked it away. So it's 4th down and 9, and Londonderry will punt with just under 11 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Londonderry's punters showed off a pretty strong foot tonight.
Yeah, I know, but he was rushed there pretty quickly. Oh,
Zach Fawcett, what a bounce. Look at this punt.
well, I think Harris picked it up. You know why? Because I think he was afraid
he
it might have
touched it,
grazed
maybe?
him. Yeah, I think he was afraid it grazed him.
Better safe than sorry
Right,
on that.
exactly.
I agree. So
You don't want to give Londonderry the ball at the 20 and give them any momentum to get things going. So now let's see how North plays it. Because you know what I've got my eye on, John. It's 36-7, so
Running time you
Mr.
want.
Boston Latin, do the math.
you want some running time. So, well, how much do you need for running time?
35
points.
It's 35-point deficit.
There you go,
So
one
it's
touchdown,
One
right?
touchdown without any extra point needed.
It will not be a Curtis Harris 80-yard run, though, Tom, to get you that touchdown.
No, they've pulled everybody out. Yep.
Yeah, the senior
Max
Max
Ackerman's coming
off
out.
the field.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to do it. If they're going to do it on their side, that's the sportsmanship way. And Dante Lorendi is very good at that. I don't think he's a very, very good coach in terms of sportsmanship. And this is a very likable staff. They've been very, they all get along. They all enjoy each other's company. I've been in that room with them before, and you better have a good, strong. You better have be able to take a little bit of ribbon here and there, because they'll give it to you. But it's a great group.
Speaking of great people, Ron Ducky Welliver is watching. He texted me, watching you and Tom, wish I was there. Fortunately for Ron, he's not watching you and me, Tom. He's watching the game, and maybe he's listening to us, but he will get his TV time this fall,
Ducky
I
was
think.
Soccer,
calling on Ron
soccer
to do
is
some
his life. In fact, he's probably torn. There's probably some other soccer game on. He's flipping back and forth.
Handoff. Right side, good burst. It was number 28 on the carry for the, or is it 18 on the carry? Amari Almonte. Tackle made by Matthew Perron.
We have turned into a JV game for the most part, although I still see some big bodies out there for Londonderry.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look down at their reserve roster, you see a lot of 200-plus guys, you know? Yeah.
It's been quite a program there.
Plenty of food, good food available in Londonderry. For these.
Tell you a good story about Londonderry in a
fresh,
second.
farm fresh, too.
Well, I'll tell you a good story about that, okay? Don't know who that was. I think there was a 5 attached to that number.
Jesse, Mike Waddle, 6'2", 255, number 74, I think he's out there. Some of these reserve guys are juniors and seniors. There's just so many players on Londonderry. It's not no guarantee because you're a senior you're gonna, get a lot of playing time. Looks like North wants to run it. The flag flies just as the handoff is given to Amari Almonte.
That's going to happen with the B team in there. Tom Sawyer, the Londonderry football coach, years ago, way back in the early 80s when they were only a school for about 2 or 3 years.
Burgeoning power.
Yeah, well, not yet. They hadn't become one yet. And they were basically a 500 football team. And Tom Sawyer just let loose. He says, "You know what we need in Londonderry?" He told me when I was at the Derry News at the time. He says, "We need some factories in Londonderry so I can get some factory workers kids in here. Needed the blue collar type." Because Londonderry was a pretty affluent town, it's an affluent town, So it was the Bedford of New Hampshire at that time.
Almonte gets taken down just beyond the 25. So where did he get his factory workers from?
I don't know, but he got them. He got him. He turned it in. They turned things
I think he
around.
opened his own football factory is
yeah,
what he did.
that's what he did. Exactly. No doubt about it. But that was just a riot. You can quote
They
me on
came
that.
off the assembly line.
Tom Sawyer and I went to the same high school in Albany, New York. We weren't
Really?
together. Yeah, he was about 10 years ahead of me.
Small world, yeah.
Yeah. Says, they still trying to hit you up for money? He goes, that's great.
Where is he now?
Sawyer's retired. I don't know where he lives now.
Yeah.
He's retired.
Lucas
He was
Cunningham's
he was a
punt.
lacrosse rep
Oh,
years
it's
ago.
fielded.
Yeah, you got to pick that ball up. The
Yeah.
indecision, a little indecision. He wasn't sure. He was afraid almost. It was almost like he was feeling a ground ball, that was going
Yeah.
to roll foul.
Yeah.
And watching it, he should
Right.
have just scooped it up right
Yeah.
away.
So down at the 35, 1st and 10, 8:21 to go in the fourth quarter here at Stellos. A lot of maneuvering and scheduling going on at this time of year and deciding who's going to play who and what sport. We've got volleyball, field hockey, soccer,
Well,
and
I told
football
you in
going
field
on.
hockey with BG, they do not have to play a regional final now because Keene not allowed to travel to Nashua. And the other solution was for BG to go there. Well, your football team's going there, but they said no, enough is enough. And they also did not want to play the game on a grass field. They'd rather play it on a turf field, much faster game, John, in field hockey. So that is so Keene is withdrawn, and BG will now get a bye into the semis.
So back out at quarterback is Drew Heenan for the Lancers. He does have Hayden Austin as his sole running back. Step to his right. Hayden Austin gets no, he keeps it. Heenan fooled a lot of people, including me, as he sprints for a first down up the middle, and he's tackled at about the 48-yard line. Teamed up with Hayden Austin for the nice fake handoff. Yeah. We're looking right, and the ball's left the station. Another keeper for Heenan, and he has got about 6 yards before he's hit and brought down after a gain of at least 8. 2nd and 2. Xavier Francis credited with the tackle. And we got a new running back in there for Londonderry, and he's a big boy.
He sure is.
Number 48
Yeah.
is Matthew Perron at 5'8" and 210.
Tell you what, there may be factors there after all.
And Perron just pulls
Get that
his way
ball, right,
forward
no
for a
kidding.
first
Yeah, he
down.
got about 10 yards on
Somebody
that.
paid a price for the tackle, and I'm going to give credit to number 74, I think, for North, Jesse Nguna. Yeah.
That is a big boy.
Yeah. I think he was 210 when this roster was
Quarterback.
printed, but that was probably a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he's probably up to 240 now.
Yeah. 240.
He looks it, doesn't
Just throw
he?
30 pounds on
Doesn't he?
Tom.
Doesn't he look
Yeah,
it?
no, you the one that cover NFL on a regular basis, so I'll take your word for it. Yeah.
He looks it.
Yeah. I want to say, who's the guy in the Cowboys with the neck collar, 44?
Ooh.
Throw down the middle. It's up for grabs. It's incomplete off the fingertips. It really should have been a reception. Number 29. Yeah, 29 on the reception. That's Dylan Risley. And it went off of Risley's wrists. Incomplete. 6:23 to go in the game. That really should have been 1st and goal inside the 5, as Heenan was able to get the ball downfield in the hands of a receiver. But instead of 1st and goal from up close, it's 3rd and 1, and we got a flag. So learning down for the Lancers. Moving back 5, it's going to be 3rd down and 6. 6:22 to go. Yeah, no mic'd up situation needed for the game ref tonight. And play gets clogged up in the backfield as the Titans' second unit does a great job of penetrating the offensive line, and another loss, 4th down and 8. Ball spotted just over the 35-yard line. They need to get to about the 26. So Drew Heenan calling the signals now. Rolling to his right, throws it as he's hit, and it is up for grabs, tipped and falls incomplete. Intended for Kyle McPhail, who's down there in the middle. And good job by Almari Almonte on defense, along with number 81. Nick DeJesse was in on the defensive stop. So taking over on downs, the Titans offense with 6:17 to go in the game.
Clock stops with change of possession.
See if we have any update. I know they had a band playing in Bedford that extended their halftime. I was thinking they might have some more.
That's the
scores.
first band that, other than the 2 band nights here, it's the first time I've.
I don't know if it was a remote band, like they just
yeah, you wonder.
piped it in, but that's what Pete Johnson told me. The Bedford band was playing there at halftime in Bedford.
How about that?
And again, Nashua North Band Night Live is this Monday night at 7 p.m. on ETV Channel 1099. And I believe, as was the case with South, that's the parents and family members and friends' only chance to see the band perform live this season, after all the work they do. Handoff. Xavier Francis with the carry over the left end. Tackle at about the 40-yard line by a host of Lancers, and under 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes to go now. So we get the play call.
We've had good weather
Yeah.
for our game. We haven't had, rain. We haven't
had that nasty one yet.
Yeah, we haven't.
I'll leave that to you when I take off.
Yeah, exactly. I had the nasty one. I did a BG Sauhegan field hockey game in the pouring.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about that. I was surprised they played. But
well, they played because Sauhegan had
turf?
2 games scheduled. It was turf, and Sauhegan had 2 games scheduled for Thursday and Friday, so they played it on a Tuesday. They did not want to go 3 straight days of games. But, of course, then they moved one of them to Saturday, so I couldn't win. Hollis Brookline has a nice new turf field right now.
Early third quarter score. Bedford's on the board. South still leading, but it's 28-7 now.
I had
that was the score here moments ago.
I had a Sauhegan score, but I was early after 1 quarter at Timberlane. They were up 21-0 in Division II. They're the favorite right now in Division II.
Apparently, South shot themselves in the foot there in the third quarter as they had 30 yards and penalties on 1 play that put Bedford in the red zone before they scored their first touchdown. How do you get 30 yards and penalties on 1 play in high school, Tom?
Personal foul, but
on top of a
had to be
personal 2 foul.
Yeah,
Can they compound on personal fouls.
Had to be 1 during the play and 1 dead ball
after the play.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Pedrick with the tackle. 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, we
or
are
4th down and 9.
under 3 to
they
play.
say on the down marker. Is that right?
Yep, under 3 to play here at Stella. So it's third at about I'd say about 8.
So the down
yard,
the,
8.5.
the down marker's wrong. Then they have.
Yep.
Oh, they're gonna kick it. Yes, must have been. Probably was 4th down then.
Yeah.
So it's inside the Lancers
Yeah, and a
territory,
lucky
barely.
pooch kick that went through. It could have been deflected the other way. I mean,
Yeah.
we're watching a JV football game right now for
You're
the
right.
most part. So.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes left to go. Thank our cameraman Tim O'Neill for bringing us the images once again. He's the busiest man in Nashua these days with all the sporting events and band events that he is filming. Not to mention Nashua government meetings. So Londonderry's Drew Heenan's going to hand this ball off around right end. Connor Howe with the carry. Short gain on first down, bring up second down and 9. Actually, pretty close to no gain on that carry. Second and 10. Well, I think we got soccer next, Tom. It's a 3 o'clock game on Monday, and it's South North.
Yep. Well, to see you again in 72
Hey, you
hours.
get the weekend?
70, oh, God. 72 hours.
Yeah. And weaving his way through traffic for first down. Londonderry. Drew Heenan. Promising looking young quarterback.
Yeah,
for the
he's looking
Lancers.
good. He'll be somebody they turn to in the future, you would imagine.
Yep.
So
To
I
run
think
this
McEachern's a
offense.
senior, but I'm not positive of that.
Listed as such.
His brother played last year, Jake.
Jake McEachern.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe, and he quarterbacked into a state championship.
Remember that. Up the middle. Ball comes loose. Looks like Perron got it back. Did he catch a bouncing ball that I just...
I think he did. I don't think that ball hit the turf.
Wow. Strange looking play.
Yep.
Almost like he had it on a
Yeah.
yo-yo string there, but he got it back and
Going, hurry up
Second
to
and
try
short.
to score here, probably, right? They want to get this young team, this young group out here wants to get some points.
yeah, with about a minute left. Clock rolling. So Tom, what happened with the BG field hockey again?
I think I've said it about twice, but I'll do
Go
it
ahead.
one more time.
Yeah, we're not,
Keene would not travel to Nashua, and they were the lower seed.
and that's it.
So that's it. They withdraw. So BG will advance.
Okay, so they're not out of it. They just, Keene wouldn't play. That's
Right.
it. All right, I had it backwards. Handoff up the middle as a keeper, number 5.
Yep.
Aiden Washington, kind of a wildcat look there. He's actually listed as a quarterback as well, so getting some QB time. Aiden Washington, nice play. Half a minute left to go.
And that'll do it for me,
Yeah.
John Collins. I will see you on Monday.
Yes, sir. 36-7. North is going to take this one, barring a last-second score here by the Lancers. Trying to run around the left side, and nice tackle made. Textbook tackle by number 14 for North, Matt Oliver. Put a shoulder to the ball carrier, and this clock stops with 2 seconds to go. So Londonderry will have time for one last play here at Stellos. Senior night, a successful night for the Titans. They jumped out to a 20-0 lead at halftime, and despite the first score after the onside kick, Aiden Washington tackled about the 10 on the final play of the game. So thank you again to our Londonderry viewers who joined us for this one on Leo TV, channel 21, and to our regular Nashua North viewers on channel 99. Final score for the final time, North 36, Londonderry 7, as the 2020 season marches on. Thank you for watching. I'm John Collins for Tom King, cameraman Tim O'Neill, and our executive producer Pete Johnson. Thank you for watching, and good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.